Hi, just to follow up on another couple of knives I've done. I was sent a bread knife to do, and again, I don't like doing serrations, but what I did is I set the edge pro and I recut the tips of the teeth. I didn't retouch inside the curves, they looked okay, but I just put in a new angle. It's about, I think it's a 40-degree angle on the very tips of the teeth, and on the back side then I went almost flat to the steel and just deburred the very tips of all these teeth. So the tips of all of these teeth are very sharp now, so that should give it a better kind of chance to, like a chisel or a sawtooth, so they should cut well into a hard crust of bread and chip in through that layer and cut away down through. Okay, the next one of the same group of knives I was sent is one of these Muela Spanish knives. Now, do be careful taking out of the sheath. The leather keepers could get cut. Don't put your hand around the front of the sheath. Do put your hand to the spine of the sheath and draw the knife out that way. Okay, this is quite a chunky knife. You can see the thickness of the spine there. So I put it on the belt sander to thin out that primary bevel slightly, and then I put it on the edge pro and I put like a micro bevel at 20 degrees on the very front of it. So because of the depth, the difference in depth between here and here, the angle is slightly thicker here. It's still 20 degrees, but it's closer to the spine, so that's slightly thicker, and out here it's slightly finer, which isn't a bad thing. So for chopping and slicing and that kind of stuff. Oh. Just trying to do this, I can't watch the camera and cut at the same time. Anyway, again, that one was Nieto actually, from Spain. This one is a Muela. Again, keep the keepers out of the way and be careful with the fingers drawing this from the sheath. Again, I tidied up the bevel, the main bevel, on the S5, the Veal belt sander, and then I put it on the edge pro. And that's cutting well now. For, again, quite a chunky, kind of a tactical hunting knife. That's going quite well, quite a pointy point as well. And the last one of these, the last knife I wanted to talk about here is a Slitbar. It's made for Ikea. So you can see it's a clad damascene steel with a VG10 core. You can see where the pattern ends and the VG10 core becomes exposed. Nice and thin, no bolster, so you can cut all the way to the heel, and I've sharpened all the way out to this heel, so you can use that for cutting now. You can see here Ikea, I'm trying to pick up VG10 chromium steel, which is what the core is. I'm not sure what the cladding is, but it's some sort of stainless steel. Very attractive knife. This one, when it came to me, had been dropped accidentally and damaged the tip, so I reground the tip. It actually wasn't that badly damaged, so the sharpening, when I sharpened it first, took a lot of the damage out, and then I was able to drop the spine down to my edge. I prefer not to grind away edge. I like to keep as much length on the cutting edge as possible at all. So I grind from the spine from about kind of here down, so I have a gradual curve that comes to meet the tip, and just remake that point. Because this is VG10, and VG10 is really hard steel and should be hardened fairly high on the Rockwell scale, I decided to drop the angle on this to 15 degrees per side. That's a 30 degree total, and I'm pretty confident it could probably go lower even. This is a very hard steel, great grain structure. I'd say whoever did the heat treat on this has done a really decent job. So I took it down, I went up through the grits on the diamond plates. I did it with these polishing tapes. They're a 3M polishing tape. That's I think that's a 1 micron. And then I stropped it on the long strider strop again. And I'm not sure, this really doesn't even give an idea of how really sharp this is. If it touches you, you'll get cut. If it touches your fingernail, you lose the nail. These things are razor. And there. Let's see, can I pick this up? Oh God, it's biting rather than moving. I hope you can hear that. It pops every hair it touches. There's no stubble left behind. There's nothing. These are a really, really nice knife. I really like these. I'm very impressed with Ikea for doing this type of knife. Really decent handle, fills the hand. Very reminiscent of the Shun. Very comfortable. It has slightly rounded, slightly radiused on the spine, so you don't get calluses from your chef's grip when you're using that type of grip. You don't get the callus there like you can do with Globals. It's a good size. It's got a good point. Very, very good knife. Very professional knife. You can see how thin that VG10 steel is. Excellent job. Anyway, these are going back in the box anyway, and they're going back to their owner. Happy days. Alright, talk to you again.